Peace and blessings. Welcome back to the channel once again, where we talk all things health and healing from a holistic perspective, and today will be no different. Well, I'm on the beach today, but I'm still sharing content with you guys as I'm on vacation. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to boost energy and defeat fatigue. Okay, I know a lot of people struggle with that. Wake up in the morning and feeling tired, or wake up in the morning and feel fine, then by noon you crash. So I'm gonna help you figure out maybe 6 of the things that's probably causing the issues around your daily fatigue and how to get more energy so you can feel more life in your life, okay? So without any further ado, let's get started, all right? Number 1, it goes without saying, you got poor sleeping habits, all right? So you got to improve your sleep routine and your sleep habits. This means making sure you go to sleep with the circadian rhythm, because when you go to sleep or wake up with the sun and then you go to sleep with the sun, the benefit of it is that the sun is also triggering hormones in your body to be released. Some of those hormones are going to be things like cortisol, okay, which is going to wake you up. And then it's also going to trigger cortisol to start to decrease 12 hours later, which is time to go to sleep. But it also triggers melatonin as well, too. So getting a better sleep pattern in terms of being in alignment with the sun. Also, stop with the blue light. One thing I do not have in my room is a television, because it's straight blue light. It's going to ruin your sleep, okay? So I don't have a television in my room. I don't do work in my room. And once I go to the bed, I'm trying not to use my phone at all. As a matter of fact, I try to plug my phone up at least 3 to 6 feet away from me, okay? So I'm not getting that blue light. You can also change the settings on your phone, all right? So that you can change the color so you're not getting that blue light, all right? So that's gonna help. The other thing is not going to sleep late, okay? So that's also really important. A lot of people go to sleep past the time where they're releasing certain neurotransmitters and hormones like melatonin. So you get that first release of melatonin where you feel sleepy around 7 or 8, but then you fight through it, and then it's hard to get to sleep later because now the actual melatonin has started to decrease and you are supposed to already be asleep. So improving your sleep habits, okay? Number 2, deficiencies, all right? Deficiencies like vitamin B12, you have a vitamin B12 deficiency, you're gonna be low in energy, okay? The same way, if you don't recharge at night when you sleep, of course, when you wake up in the morning, you're not gonna feel recharged, okay? Well, it's the same thing if you don't get certain nourishment in your body. It's gonna help you feel, it's gonna unfortunately make you feel fatigued throughout the day as well too, because these things are precursors and enzymes to very important processes that make you feel energy, okay? That help with metabolism and things of that nature. So that is also really important as well too. So deficiencies like vitamin B12, but also deficiencies like vitamin D, okay? As I'm getting right now here on the beach. When you have a vitamin D deficiency, you will also have issues with energy as well too. And you will start to feel that chronic fatigue, okay? Not only fatigue here and there, but like fatigue throughout the day as well too, all right? Another possible issue as to why you're having low energy and feeling defeated and fatigued all the time is low-grade infections. So things like having parasites in the body, yeast in the body, having oral infections or dental infections that you don't even know about, okay? As I was talking about in the previous video, if you've had root canals in the past, them removing the root, some of the nerve, and removing some of those blood vessels, well, sometimes it leaves some of that dead tissue behind, and bacteria comes in and feeds on it and creates an infection that is essentially lasting as long as you have that tooth in your mouth, okay? And that infection is what is depleting you of your energy, because it's causing your immune system to constantly go off. And the more your immune system is reacting, the more tired you're going to be, because it's constantly in a rage and a fight, all right? So low-grade infection. So that's really important. And also what's really important, going to the next one, is your gut health, because 60 to 70% of your immunity is made in your gut, okay? And so not only because of that, if you don't have the right amount of immune system or immune response being produced. The other issue is you won't be absorbing some of those key nutrients that I talked about before in terms of like deficiencies. Okay, so poor gut health is going to have you fatigued throughout the day as well too. And it's not just because you're deficient, it's also because now not only do you have poor gut health, but you have an overrun of bad bacteria in the gut, including yeast and parasites and things of that nature. Okay, so we got poor gut health, we got deficiencies, we got poor sleeping habits, we got low-grade infection, and then we got toxicity. Okay, so toxicity in the form of endocrine disruptors, pesticides, food chemicals, heavy metals. When these are in your body, it will be very difficult for you to sleep. Okay, these heavy metals, these pesticides, these food chemicals are actually depleting you of your nutrients. But not only that, many of them are neurotoxic. Okay, so it's going to be very difficult for you to actually sleep because you have these neurotoxins not only in your belly, but also in your belly and your body, but also in your brain. Okay, so getting rid of those toxins is going to be a main key point as well too, because they also cause inflammation, and inflammation leads to tissue degeneration and tissue dysfunction and so forth and so on. So of course you're going to be fatigued because your body is constantly trying to repair itself. Okay, so getting rid of the toxicity. This is why it's so important to do my detox every 3 or 4 months. Okay, because there's some toxins you're not going to be able to control. You can't control what's in the air. You can't control sometimes, what's being put on your food, because you may go to buy organic, but the farmer or the transit to your house from or to the market from the farm may have put chemicals on it. It may have been irradiated. It may have been, through transit just collecting toxins as well too. So there's a lot of things out of our hands. So it's so important to get rid of those toxins. Okay. The next one and the last one is hormonal imbalance. Okay. Let me give you a key for instance. If you have elevated estrogen levels, like I was talking about before with toxicity, one of the main toxins that people need to be concerned with today is endocrine disruptors. Endocrine is the hormonal system. It deals specifically with the glands that produce hormones. So these endocrine disruptors are disrupting the function of our endocrine system, which is our hormonal glands that produce our hormones. Okay? They're in plastics, they're in shampoos, hair conditioners, they're in our food, they're everywhere. Okay? And because of that, many of these endocrine disruptors are also in pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides. They're also increasing the amount of estrogen in your body, okay? And as estrogen begins to increase in the body, especially for women, you're gonna notice more anxiety. You're gonna notice more insomnia or problems with sleep as well too, all right? Also with the men, as estrogen goes up, you're also gonna notice that testosterone starts to go down, because as estrogen goes up in men, it causes men to develop more fat on the body. And the more fat you have on your body, it will create more of this enzyme called aromatase. Okay, aromatase will convert your testosterone into more estrogen. Okay, the more estrogen you have in your body as a man, your testosterone begins to plummet, because a lot of it is being converted into estrogen. Okay, and as that happens with a lot of men, the fatigue that you're experiencing is what happens when testosterone begins to drop. Okay, you notice a lack of motivation, fatigue, you notice that body fat starts to develop more, you notice that it's very difficult to develop more muscle, you notice body hair starts to drop off, okay? And so these are a lot of the things that end up contributing to most people's issue around fatigue, lack of energy. So as I always tell you guys, if I give you what the problem is, you already know what the solution is. Okay, like I said, with the hormonal imbalance, much of that is coming from endocrine disruptors. Okay, that is in plastics, that are in hair shampoos in the form of parabens and phthalates. Okay, so you need to check the labels. Okay, you need to make sure you're not getting food with pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides on it. You need to detox these things out of your body. If you have a low-grade infection because you have a root canal, you need to possibly talk to your holistic dentist about possibly extracting that. If you have deficiencies, you need to increase those type of foods like vitamin D foods, like You know, being in the sun, this is food. Okay, mushrooms, that's vitamin D food. Okay, poor sleeping habits, you can correct those. All right, so when I give you the problem, you already know what the solution is. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you share this video with those out there who are struggling with fatigue. We want to add people to the family. All right, so hit that subscribe button, share this, and until the next time, peace and blessings, and Godspeed.